I'm Jared Deanda, and this is Snap-on Tools Great Garage. We're here in Lewiston, Idaho, just feet away from Snake River to check out the unique hand-built boats of Moto Jet. Come along. All right, with Patrick Riddle, now we're inside Moto Jet. If you could, just describe what you do here at Moto Jet.
We are an aluminum jet boat manufacturer, mostly mini boats. And the biggest boat we make is 16.5 feet. Smallest one is 11.5 feet.
Using jet engines out of jet skis.
Yeah, jet ski motors. We buy brand new jet skis from the dealer, or used ones, and then strip everything out of them, use everything we can. Yamaha is probably one of our favorites just because they're easy, simple to use. There's kits and everything you can make to bump up the supercharger and the computer and all that. So.
And they weigh next to nothing. I mean, your smallest boat, how much does that thing weigh?
The boat altogether weighs like 800, 900 pounds, less than a jet ski.
And you're cruising on an inch of water, and somebody was telling me that you even go where there's no water.
Yeah, we'll find out.
Oh man, well I can't wait. This thing's cool. Tell us about this boat, because this was in a James Bond film.
Yeah, this was in The World Is Not Enough back in '99. They built 15 boats for it, 6 of them operational with motors, including this one. The other ones were just stunt boats that shot out of buildings and destroyed.
This is a family thing, I understand.
Yeah.
It's a boat thing.
Yeah, Grandpa was one of the first guys to actually put a jet pump in an aluminum jet boat, back in the 60s. My dad got into it shortly after that, bought the business from him and then sold it. Now we got Moto Jet.
Snap-on Tools, is that a tradition for you guys as well? You and your dad and your grandpa?
Yeah, and it's actually a family business. My father-in-law is our Snap-on dealer, so I married into it now.
Gosh, you guys are all hanging out up here in Idaho.
Yep, we got lots of water around here to utilize, and Hell's Canyon's just 20 miles upriver.
Some really cool names. Snake River, Hell's Canyon, Hell's Gate National Park. I'm saying it's pretty rock and roll around here.
It is.
Right on. Well, speaking of rock and roll, let's roll into the shop and check it out.
Right.
Give me some of the specs. How many employees? How big is your shop?
We got 5 employees right now, pretty small. Our shop's about 6,500 square feet. As you can see, it's pretty open. It's pretty
It's
tall.
new too. You just moved in here.
We've only been here for maybe a month or two.
Well, it looks great. Nice front office, good showroom. Let's talk about what we're looking at here. This is an essential part of why it's a jet boat.
Yeah, this is the jet pump unit. The whole pump and coupler is out of a Yamaha jet ski, one that we're going to be putting in.
Small engines, but they pack a punch. And you got to think weight-wise too. So it's light, it's fast, it's got the power.
With using jet ski motors, they're a lot smaller than a typical V8, which can weigh up to 600, 700 pounds. The heaviest one that we use, the Yamaha supercharger, it's like 280 pounds.
You don't need an engine hoist. I can just pick that thing up.
So it really helps for getting stuck. With the plastic on it, you can just push the boat and it'll just slide right across.
So cool. Yeah, just with the progression of the engines in these jet skis and stuff, they're getting faster and faster. I mean, what's kind of the highest horsepower?
The highest one stock that we've done is 310. We have one now that's 300 stock and it's been mapped to 340.
And then that's...
So this is impeller. These ones are a lot more heavy duty than the ones that come stock. Jet skis aren't made to run rocks through them. So these can take a little bit more damage.
Oh, really? You got a small, quick, nimble team, 5 people. Is everybody kind of everything?
Right now, pretty much everybody does everything. Whoever's not doing something will hop on a boat and tack one together and weld it. But pretty much everybody works on the motors, rigs, and installs the pumps and the plastic, as we'll see.
All hands on deck.
Oh, yeah.
Where would the process kind of begin here at Moto Jet?
The process actually will be on the other side of the shop, which we can take a look at.
Let's go take a look.
Yeah.
All right, Patrick, we're seeing the construction, the birth of one of your boats, and I understand this is a new design, but this is one big piece here.
Yeah, we get our boats CNC cut. We use mostly 1/8" 50-52 aluminum. We have a heavier duty bottom, 3/16 bottom, and then the center delta here is 3/8.
That's gonna take the brunt of it. And you got the ribbing in here for rigidity, you don't get the flex.
Yeah, some support.
I saw the blueprints over there, the designs, and this is gonna be a center console, so this is something kind of different than what you got.
Yeah, so this one's the new 15-foot center console, so it's 15 and 15/16 from bow to transom. Rather than the driver-passenger seat, it'll have a center console. Not much other seating, mostly for hunting, fishing, so there's a lot of walk-around space.
Yeah. Well, right before we started filming, it was loud in here. You're banging away on the metal and the air saw was going. Can we talk to that technician?
Yeah.
All right. Sean, how we doing, man?
Good.
All right, so you're a Riddle, so it's a family affair.
Yep.
All right, so how long have you worked here at Motojet?
Just over a year now.
What are some of the tools that you use around here? What's some of your favorite tools?
Probably the one we use the most would be the air saw. It works great because it's small, it's compact, it really gets into tight places.
You guys are knocking off some welds up there.
Yeah, even though it is router cut and it all comes in certain pieces, kind of like a puzzle that you put together, sometimes it doesn't go together exactly how you want it to, and you have to convince it a little bit more.
That's a great way of putting it, convincing it. This is the convincer right here.
Yeah. Those and some bigger ones.
Right, exactly. What's kind of your background and relationship with Snap-on tools? Because there is a difference, right?
There is a very big difference. I came from a completely different background before I moved here. The one thing that we noticed with Snap-on tools is the quality. You're not replacing things as much. They work a lot better. By doing that, it makes your job way more efficient.
Do these things scare you when you're out there ripping around?
No. They're fun. It's a lot of fun. There's nothing to be worried about.
Cool.
They take an abuse, and that's the way we like to build them.
Right on. Well, thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.
All right, Patrick, well, we're here right now because we saw the boat being under construction. Now, flip it over. What are we doing here?
Yeah, right now we're doing the plastic on this boat. We got the hole for the intake cut out and everything, and the intake plate in. Now we're getting the plastic on. Extra protection insurance for customer.
Who was working on this previously?
We had Kevin working over here doing the plastic. I'm gonna have him show you what we do with each of these drills and how the process works.
Right on. Well, without further ado, let's meet Kevin.
All right.
Kevin, how we doing?
Good.
All right. What are we doing here, and what are some of the tools that you're using?
Putting on a UHMW, which is a ultra-high molecular weight polyurethane.
It's a big word, big acronym, but it has a big role.
It protects the bottom of the boat, obviously, from rocks and big dents and stuff like that occurring. Also, sliding.
You have quite a few power tools here. Why is that?
First, we need to drill through the UHMW into the aluminum, tap it, and then countersink it, and then put the screws in.
All right, so it's pretty straightforward, but there's a lot of screws here.
There are, and then that's the good thing about using the Snap-on is that the longevity of the batteries and the power gets us through the bottom of the boat without having to be continuously replacing the batteries.
How long have you worked with Snap-on tools, and why Snap-on tools for you?
My first experience was probably back in high school. I started working at a garage. They were a Snap-on user, so I started using them back then. Basically, it's the name behind the product. If I have an issue or a problem, I know it's taken care of.
That's awesome. Well, thank you for your time. We'll let you get back to work and finish this boat.
Thank you.
All right, Patrick, well, this boat is nearing completion. Where are we at in the whole process?
So this is where we bring it after doing the plastic. We'll flip it over, install the pump that we showed you earlier, mount the motor, couple them together, and then pretty much rig from there on electrical, fuel, seat brackets, and all that. Pretty much it'll get runnable to this spot.
Yep. What's the spec on this build right here?
This is the 11.5-foot Pioneer is what we call it. This has the 4-cylinder, it's a 1800cc Yamaha. I think it's roughly about like 270, 290 horse. It's one of the bigger motors. It'll push through the water really good.
Well, I'm seeing a lot of Snap-on tools around here. This is where you get the fit and finish.
Mostly use a lot of wrenches and sockets and all that just to mount the motor, fasten the bolts, and whatever else.
What are some of these pieces here?
This is actually a blower vent to make our boats Coast Guard approved and all that. And we have to have flotation blowers, which after running and then sitting, you flip the blower on to clean out the fumes. And this actually goes on the back of the boat with the handle, so it kind of doubles as a grab bar climbing in and out of the boat. And then we have some other components that are for the deck rails, has our Moto Jet logo on it. So it's kind of just little things that make the job easier for us, so we're not having to hand make everything.
Who's working on this boat right now?
Actually, my dad, Doug, he'll be doing a lot of stuff to it, so we can talk to him about what we're kind of doing over here.
Rad. All right, well, let's talk to Mr. Riddle. All right, well, now I'm here with Doug Riddle, founder and partner with your son.
We've been doing it for years and years, like getting old at this.
You're not getting old, man. Young at heart. I understand you race boats. I mean, you have a long history with boats and this river over here.
Racing is kind of in my blood, everything that has to do with power boats and jet drives.
So when did your relationship with Snap-on start?
Back in the early days of motorcycle mechanic, and worked in a Honda shop and bought my first Snap-on toolbox and tools back in, probably 1971 or something like that, early 70s.
That's great. That's cool. As far as the process goes for this boat in particular, all hands on deck. You guys are all getting in this, a lot of Snap-on tools. What are some of the critical tools that you use to get the job done?
Finishing the inside of the boat, we pretty much try to use hand tools a lot. The screwdriver heads are nice and not knurled or anything, but I really like the electric cordless drills. I mean, to me, I could use them for everything, but you got to be careful because they got a lot of power.
Yeah, they do. That's right. You could over torque something and it's not going to be as forgiving. You got a few riddles in here. Your grandpa, your son, the Snap-on truck that comes by. He's family as well.
Yeah, my son's father-in-law.
Yeah.
So, hopefully we get a good deal on some
Yeah,
stuff.
right. You hear that? All right. Well, thank you for your time.
Yeah.
Awesome shop, and
Okay.
keep up the great work.
All right.
Well, Patrick, here is the finished product. It looks sweet, and I understand this is a wrap. Why would you wrap them as opposed to painting?
Oh, they're durable.
And if you're feeling froggy, you change it up.
Yeah.
You want to be a blonde or dark hair, you change it up. You go black, you go green.
Peel
and,
it off and slap a new one on. So it's really nice. A lot of people like them. And
What would this boat be built for?
adventure jet boating, getting into places you wouldn't normally go. It's heavy duty. It's got full plastic, all the way up. It's got heated seats. It's got GPS and a CB radio.
Or what's something like this go for?
For something like this, probably in the low mid 30,000. For the more basic ones, they're mid upper 20.
Well, it looks cool, and then obviously you got this new Masters box here. This looks great and color coordinating.
Color
right now.
coordinated, yeah.
I understand. The river's right there.
Oh, yeah.
We got some boats. Can we shred?
Oh yeah, let's shred it.
Right on, let's do it. I can't wait. Thanks for watching this episode of Snap-on Tools Great Garages. For all things Snap-on Tools, visit our Facebook page. Like, share, and also comment down below to let us know which garage you'd like us to visit.